Hey, how's it going? So it's been a while. The last one I kind of did was about anxiety, but so I haven't really checked in a while. But things were going pretty cool. Um, it wasn't I had bad days. I was getting over it. I was going swimming every day. I was gardening. I started going into a drop-in group with Chuck Solis, and so that was good. I was getting out and meeting people, which has been a problem for quite some time. Can't remember. I think also this year was the first time I went to Gay Pride since I think it was 2011, which is good. Was real good. Um, so I think I already mentioned that. But anyway, going back to the last, I went sailing Wednesday. A session for the afternoon, evening, and it was great. Lovely. It kind of felt good afterwards. I got a day maybe out of it. Thursday felt alright. I thought I was doing okay. Went to the drop in yesterday, and then last night was just. So thing about it is when you get really anxious, I guess some people just get really anxious and it's out of control, they can't deal with it. Then there's like people like me, you get really anxious, the anxiety gets out of control, it gets bad, and then you start getting suicidal and depressed because you feel like you can't manage it. I think maybe that was kind of a part of it. Also, I guess I was kind of feeling lonely and isolated and sad. Obviously depressed. Um, I'm very suicidal, which is a rough topic to deal with. But sometimes it needs to be said, I guess, and talked about. So, I normally do my usual stuff and get through the day as best I can. And, you have days where it's shite and you feel like you can't go on, but you just get up the next day and just try and power through it. Now with the days getting shorter, it's September. There's not really a lot you can do outside after probably 4 or 5, other than maybe indoor sports or something, such like. So I can already feel those days shortening, which is kind of melancholy, best guess. So normally what I do is my tactics are distraction, like play video games and watch TV, but nothing was working last night, so it was really fucking tough. So yeah, I was feeling extremely suicidal, but I'm still here, I guess. So that's a good thing, I suppose, isn't it? So I guess that's how I was feeling. So the whole point of these is like a diary for myself, but it's also maybe to maybe help somebody who's kind of going through the same stuff, because you certainly aren't alone. A lot of people out there are going through the same situation, well, similar situation. Everybody's stuff is different, but like, essentially, your thoughts are like that. So yeah. What have I done since? I've had appointments with like the psychiatrists and all that, and I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a difficult patient because I'm a grumpy old fart. But like, frequent, like with the community nurse, I don't know, kind of, sometimes I feel like she's kind of checked out and just going through the motions of like what minimal she has to do, which is not encouraging. But maybe it's just me. You know, sometimes your feelings can paint a picture of something or someone, but she has on a few occasions said like, "Oh, do you not want to meet me ever again?" And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? So anyway, the experience has been great at the moment. So what can be done from here? I don't know. So that's where I'm at the moment. But yeah, I guess, you know, people say focus on the positives and stuff. I've had a bumper pear crop this year. I think it was around 130, 150, somewhere between there. I think I've around probably 50 left. I still have a bucket of them in the shed. I'm not sure what I'm going to do because I don't think I have storing space, but I'll figure it out. You know, not a big deal. So that's positive. Didn't get much off my apples, which was really disappointing. So my quince is coming on. So I mean, try to find positives in these things. You know, something that's good. And you know, I kind of feel like you should take pride in these things, but your brain is a complex thing, and it's all the time trying to sabotage you. But I do think going to that sailing thing, which was run by Amok, was a good thing. It was a non-alcohol situation, so that's good. The addiction counselor has been particularly encouraging in trying to get me to find places and activities that doesn't involve alcohol. So it's one check off, you know. And yes, so that went well. I mixed up the frickin' times. I thought it was in the morning, but it turned out to be a good thing that when I went, I met the facilitator and I was talking to her for 2 minutes. So then when I went back in the evening, or the right time, I didn't feel as anxious as I probably could have. But there's always a part of my brain sabotaging myself, saying, "Oh, I don't think you can do this, Darren. Run, run, run! Don't go near there. Run." Anyway, it happens. Great, loved it. It was good fun. So maybe I'll make some friends. I don't know. We'll see. So that's another positive, I guess. It is quite hard to like sit down and like go through things that are like, oh, I've done this, this, and this, and that was a success. That wasn't a success. And the one that wasn't a success, maybe I've learned something from it. Learning is great. Yeah, I'm curious. I like being curious. I like knowing how things work, or you know, what's the answer to thing. Like Google's great for that. Like when you're looking up questions or things that pop in your head. Like, and man, do I have some weird questions that pop in my head. So they were positives, things. But yeah, last night was very very tough. You know, as someone once said, I can't remember who it was, suicide isn't about dying, it's about ending the pain. I love it. Sometimes these little things, like, even though like they sound very depressing, negative, like, makes me laugh. Dark humor is great. A bit like my weight. I take the piss out of my weight all the time. So I have a very dark humor. What was it? Suicide. I think it was Bill Maher. Suicide is man's way of telling God, you can't fire me, I quit. Love it. Just hearing that, it's brilliant. So yeah, rough night last night. So I probably should do this like once a week and stop this like I'm not very rigorous at keeping these things up, but anyway. So they're my positives for the week, and I saved myself last night, so yeah. Um, Gotta stop sabotaging myself with food, but like one thing at a time. So yeah, I mean, yeah, this is tough to get over. Um, so I feel like I can't really think of much more to say. This is it. Just gotta keep the motor going. So, still October to go, and I still have flowers and stuff. Like you can see my Japanese enemas to my right. A few things still going. So I'll just keep tipping it down till things really start not dying, but going into hibernation. So sometimes I wish I could go into hibernation, but yeah. So that's about it, really. Not much more to say. Maybe I might do another one during the week. Tell you how I'm doing. Hey, I'm doing. So because I'm not feeling too great, I feel like I don't really have a lot of practical knowledge to impart other than try and distract yourself and try and find things that you've done during the week that's like being positive and maybe challenging yourself and going outside your comfort zone. And if you can't be around alcohol for addiction reasons or just don't like being around it because it makes you anxious, I guess just look around for other things that might be non-alcohol. It may feel like there isn't, but there quite possibly be, and it's something, and you gotta get the train started at some stage. So we'll see how it goes for me, and I hope, you might find some help in this short little 13-40 minute clip of me. I don't say moaning, but expressing my displeasure of life. So, yeah, I'm meandering, so I guess I should have kept this more succinct and really, wrote this down, but this is kind of a spur of the moment thing that I just decided to do today. So, yeah, I guess I'll try and check in again soon, and yeah. So, yeah, take care of yourself, guys, and look after your mental health.